Hey everyone, Mr. Strider here. So today we're going to talk about how to rewrite the standard form of a quadratic into vertex form by completing the square. So the first step we're going to need to do is we're going to need to group our x squared and our x term together. So what that's going to look like is right below. I would have x squared minus 3x grouped together with the plus 10 at the end. There we go. After that, you're then going to check if your a value is greater than 1 or not equal to 1. Well, in this case, my a value is 1. So remember, there's really like a 1 right there, which I don't need to write. But if that was the case, then we would then factor out the a value and then continue. So after that, we're then going to complete the square for inside the parentheses. So what that's going to look like is I'm going to rewrite this part, y equals x squared minus 3x, and I'm going to leave a little space for my magic number with the plus 10 at the end. So after that, we're then going to figure out what this magic number is, and the way we're going to figure that out is we're going to take the b value, or the linear coefficient, which is negative 3, or we're going to take negative 3, we're going to divide it by 2. Well, in this case, we get negative 3/2. After that, we're going to square that value. Well, in this case, since it's a fraction, we would square both the top and the bottom. So in this case, negative 3 squared is going to be 9. And in the bottom, 2 squared is 4. So my magic number that's going to go here is 9 over 4. Now this part that's in parentheses is now a perfect square trinomial, which we're then going to factor here in a second. But we can't just add 9/4 to the side. We also need to keep the equation true. So if we add 9/4 here, we then need to come over to the outside and subtract 9/4. I know it's kind of hard to see. But we're going to subtract 9/4 from there as well. So we're almost done. We're then going to factor this bottom part into x. Well, in this case, in the bottom here, it's going to be minus, because we're adding these two terms together to get a negative number. So the only way that can happen is if we have two negatives. So we know this is going to be minus, and then the number that's going to go here is going to be the number that we squared, which is right here, negative 3/2. So in this case, minus 3/2. Now on the outside, we're going to have to do a little manipulation with the 10 here so we can subtract 9/4 from it. So what that's going to look like is we're going to rewrite 10, which is 10 over 1. And if we want to subtract 9/4 from it, well, we need to convert 10 over 1 into a common denominator. So in this case, we need to make the denominator 4. Or if I went from 1 to 4, I multiplied by 4. Well, I'm going to do the same thing for the top. So I'm going to end up with 40 over 4 minus 9 over 4. Well, 40 minus 9 is 31 over 4. So this is the number that I need to have here at the end. So plus 31 over 4. Now, this is my answer. These two equations are the same. They're equivalent. they're just written in different forms. This one would be standard form, while this one would be vertex form. So if you have any questions, reach out to me and we will get you situated.